Listen, man, sports are heating up, baby.
Oh,
We've
yeah, this
got
is true.
March Madness, baseball's kicking off. The Giants made a great signing the other day. Galladay.
You call that that's a great signing?
I think so. Yeah, he's an
I
outstanding
mean,
player.
come on, bruh. Listen, he's he's the best available. I mean, you're not getting Jerry Rice
He's a
or
pretty good player.
or Randy Moss. He's Kenny Galladay. Second option on your fantasy squad.
Yeah, but he's a big boy. They needed a receiver. He can go up and snatch the ball out of the air because he's huge.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, it's a good signing. I'm not saying it's not, but come on, bro. It's overhyped. They knows how to throw the ball to his team, other team.
Yeah. No, but I'm just looking him up. He's got 2,500 yards in the last 3 years.
Yeah, they were trash.
He's averaging 16.7 per catch.
They were trash.
That's the second most
and
yards per catch in the last 3 years.
He also had Matthew Stafford throwing him the ball, not Daniel Jones.
Well, Daniel Jones is a problem. I agree with you. Daniel Jones is a problem.
And again, the Knicks today, big game versus the Sixers, Embiid-less Sixers.
Yeah.
We hung in there last game. I'm not sure if Emmanuel Quickly's playing or not, but the Knicks got a few injuries. The center, Mitchell Robinson, he's been cleared, but they're still not playing him yet. So we'll see.
Listen, man, fun to watch. There's no doubt about it. They're back.
Yes.
Well, they're not back, but I can at least watch them.
Well, I'll tell you what's funny. So now you have two teams representing New York City, right?
Yep.
The Knicks have been an atrocity of a franchise for the past 2 decades. And you have the Nets, who are like the greatest team. They're like the Avengers of basketball. Greatest team ever assembled.
Yeah,
and
they're up there.
The Knicks are still the talk of the town, man. Doesn't matter. Knicks, that New York Knicks is what it is, man.
I tried to explain that to Kyrie Irving on Twitter, but he didn't want to listen to me. I don't know what they're thinking, picking the Nets over the Knicks. Come on, guys. Gotta be nuts.
No, listen, man. The younger generation, I get it. Like, they don't. My son only knows the Knicks to be trash.
Yeah, they don't know.
He doesn't know the 90s Knicks or even the history.
Yeah.
So they don't know, and I can't blame them. But it's sad. But even when the Knicks make a little bit of noise, man, barely making a playoff spot, they take the spotlight. So.
Absolutely. That's the team. That's the franchise right there. The Garden's rocking. There's nobody in there that's rocking.
Right. Barclays just don't have the same appeal, man.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
Yeah, and the March Madness is...
my bracket is looking sweet.
Yeah, the bracket is cool. I mean, like that. See, I'm just a savage. Like this sports book, it's changed everything. I'm rushing to get in parlays.
Yeah.
I'm still up. I'm rushing to get in parlays. I'm still up, but I took a beating yesterday, man. a true beating.
Who'd you have? Don't tell me you had Texas. I told you about Texas.
Yes, I had Texas there. So March Madness is real good with creating hatred amongst teams and different things that happen in March Madness. I mean, Texas. There was another big one in the morning yesterday that I'm going, hey, you got to be kidding me. I think today we got another upset alert.
Who are you looking at today?
Loyola, Chicago over Illinois. No, I'm telling you, man, this team is not. They're a problem, bro. That people don't see it because they're this little school, but they got some ballers over there, man. I mean, if you look at some of the games that they've won, they're no slouch, man. The games they're supposed to win, they win.
Yeah, it looks like they're a defensive team. I haven't seen them play, obviously, but
they were on the other day.
They give up 55 points a game. That's they must slow it down.
Well, the game. No, they score. They average 70 something, I think.
Yeah, but if they're going to try to outscore Illinois, that's not going to happen.
Bro, I'm telling you that this is Illinois is on the upset alert list, man, and it don't. I'm taking Loyola with the points.
How many?
8.
Nah, I don't like it, man. I mean,
okay.
You know more about what I do.
No, I don't. I don't.
This
I really
Illinois
don't.
team, man, is good.
Right. Good. Well, they're good for, on paper, man. This is the beauty. The thing I hate and the beauty is all the same thing. You have these big time schools that get all the publicity and all the light, and all the prestige of going there. But then you have every now and then you have a team that they feel slighted because of that, because they know they can play with any of these guys, man. They look at Illinois and go, man, what's all the hype about? What is this?
Well, I'll tell you what the hype's about. They've got this guy. Illinois got this guy Cockburn, spelled Cockburn, by the way. They call him Cockburn on TV, but it's actually Cockburn. But he's huge. He's an absolute monster. And how are they going to guard him?
Easy. The dude scores. I'm sorry. He's got 9.5 rebounds a game.
He's good, man.
Yeah, that's okay. He's not going to be able to keep up, I don't think. I'm telling you that this Loyola Chicago Ramblers, they're a problem, man. I'm telling you right now, brother. This ain't going to be no cakewalk. Now watch. What'll happen is, because this is how it works for me. They'll go out and get blown out by 40. It'll be 60-3 at halftime.
Yep.
My God. Creighton. I thought Creighton would have had a little bit of goddamn, they would have been fired up with the coach situation and all that. Let's do it for the coach. Nah, bro. They barely won, man.
Squeaked that one out, didn't
you? Yeah, they killed me. They killed me.
And you know who they play next? This Ohio team who just beat Virginia. And who has him in the Sweet 16? This guy. I put him right in the Sweet 16 in my bracket, Ohio. I love this. The Bobcats, baby. I saw him play. Oh, shoot. Had to be 5 years ago now in Providence in the first round. And they won a first round game against Georgetown. And they almost won the second game. But ever since then, I love the team.
Does nothing for
Ohio
me.
Bobcats.
Right. So and the other team you love. Well, hold on, because you're up here talking like because
I'm all
you
fired
love
up, man.
Yeah.
I'm all fired up.
You're talking like because you love them, we should be paying attention. But you also love Iowa. Cost me a couple dollars.
Listen, man.
Team sucks, man.
This was 2.5 months ago that you bet them, and you're still holding a grudge. Iowa is good. This team, they're all seniors. They've been playing together for 4 years.
They'll be done by the weekend.
They've got Luka Garza, who's
they'll be done by the weekend.
Year. No way. They're gonna be up against Gonzaga in the Elite Eight, and we'll see what happens. But I think Gonzaga is probably a better team, but they're going to be playing them.
I don't know, man. Gonzaga is. I have them to win the whole thing. I'm just not totally sold on that. Seems too easy. It's always dangerous when everybody thinks the team's going to win, because then they start believing it and they forget how to play.
Look out for this team. I'm telling you, this Iowa team is good, and it's not just Garza. he's got seniors around him, very good players, and they've been playing together for a long time.
Bruh, you realize you're talking about Iowa, right? We're talking Iowa. I'm good. Oh,
Iowa.
Man. So which games did you watch yesterday?
Man, you know what?
A lot of them.
No, because I've been working all damn weekend. So I
working.
Yeah, I work all the time, 7 days a week.
This is a problem.
So yeah, I didn't get to see
this
that
is a problem. This is a problem, man.
Working is a problem.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. All right. Fine. Yeah. I agree.
Because we have bigger plans, man. We gotta cut them loose, bro. They don't fit in the plans, man. You tell them if they act right, maybe we'll let them work with us when we're good.
That's right, man. We're on YouTube now, baby.
Yeah.
But I did get to see my Ohio squad win because I went over to the Buffalo Wild Wings last night. Got a little kickstart before I hit the Tito's.
B-Dubs. I'll be a sponsor one day.
Yeah, I went over to the B-Dubs and I watched my Ohio team. I was yelling and screaming because I got them winning 2 games. So if they lost, I would have been in trouble. Well,
You're still in trouble.
Everybody knew who I was rooting for. Put it that way.
I think it's the pool might be determined now. I mean, like we all have the same type thhave things there. So
everybody's got Gonzaga winning it, right?
Yeah, everybody's got them winning. The Final Fours are a little different here and there. I already lost. I have a fallen Final Four member. Sorry ass Texas. Jesus Christ!
I told you about them, man.
They suck.
So at this point, with Ohio State, Ohio State losing to Oral Roberts.
Right, Oral Roberts. Ohio State sucks. Where's our our resident Ohio fan? You know, Mr. Brownie himself. He don't want to talk about that, huh? Jesus.
So Christ. I am declaring the Bobcats as the Ohio State University. How about that? I hate that shit.
That'll ruffle some feathers. So anyway, what games did you watch yesterday? Because there's one man that they killed me. Maryland and Connecticut. Did you see this game?
Nope,
bro.
I did not.
So listen, man. Connecticut probably should have won by 25, but they couldn't make a basket. And it was crazy because Maryland would come down the floor. And Connecticut's all mad because they just missed 3 easy layups in a row. And Maryland would come down the floor, and Connecticut would steal the ball, like, you know, almost like Debo on Fridays. They here, give me that. And then they go down and miss the layup, bump it off their knee out of bounds. They couldn't make a basket, man. I was mad as hell because I had money on it, of course. Didn't work in my favor.
Nope. There were a ton of upsets, man.
Yesterday.
Ohio is as a 13 seed. North Texas beat Purdue as a 13 seed.
Yep.
UCLA won as an 11 seed. Oral Roberts, as we talked about, beat Ohio State as a 15 seed.
Right.
Abilene Christian won as a 14 seed.
This is crazy, man. Like it really is crazy, man. That look, I can see 1 or 2, but maybe I think things are coming kind of more equal in college basketball, like the distribution of talent.
Agreed. Yeah, there's a lot of good players now, a lot of good talent out there, more than ever before.
Yeah, I think so.
But let me finish it off. Oregon State as a 12 seed won. Syracuse as an 11 seed won.
Rutgers
and Maryland were seeds and they both won.
Mm-hmm.
How about your Rutgers team?
It's not my Rutgers team.
That's right. It's Brian Taylor's Rutgers team.
Yeah, that's right. He does have a picture in a uniform.
He does. He played there.
He watched there, but I get you.
He was a good player. He was a very good player.
Yeah, he was, man. I liked Brian. Hold on, let's run through a couple of these messages.
Yeah,
boy. Yeah. Yes. There it is. So that's like a new signature phrase for the show.
We gotta get Flava Flav to
No. We'll take him, man.
A few people told me to call in because I heard you guys were talking about some event that took place many years ago at Brookdale College in a basketball game against Stockton.
Ladies and gentlemen, so
the legend
yes,
has arrived.
A true legend has entered the building. This is a man who came to a junior college basketball game, bare-chested and painted, and took some work from the visiting team.
I think, and I'm not exactly positive, but I think he was wearing a cape.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a cape involved. Campus security was involved.
He ended up after the game taking on the entire opposing team as they were getting on their bus.
Right. I think it was a slap. Like you slap the wall before you run out the tunnel in football.
Yeah.
Well, they slapped the mascot on the way onto the
bus. And there was a cop sitting there. He wouldn't even get out of his damn car. He was watching.
Right. He watched and take that work, man. And congratulations on the new baby, man. I saw that.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very cool. If he needs work with his jumper, man, send him to me. All right, we got one more. Oh, that was the best. That was the best message of the day.
Oh, that was outstanding.
Loyola of Chicago is up 9-2 already. Game already started.
Told you.
Oh, you know what? How do I not have this game on right now? I'll be too distracted. I'm not going to put it on.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you're watching it?
Well, no. Which I actually have on the female basketball tournament.
Turn it off, please.
Well, that leads into another conversation. So,
I hope you're not going to get into this whole crap about
yes,
the ladies' locker room doesn't have enough weights.
Yeah, no. Well, it's not. Listen here. I'm going to tell you this. It's if you've seen the pictures, which some people question the legitimacy of the pictures, but there's no reason to question it. It is what it is. Right. The women had a rack of rubber weights that you could get at Walmart or Amazon, and the men had a full size Olympic style gym with weights enough for Hulk Hogan and The Rock to do a little workout. It's ridiculous, the disparity between the two, man.
Yeah.
And
all right. Well, if that's the case,
listen, I'm not saying that the women should have the same exact facility. I mean, there's different needs and definitely different abilities, but it's the NCAA tournament, and they get advertising for those women's games too. I mean, I'm watching it on ESPN, so they have somewhat of a budget there. There were also pictures. I can't find it now again, but there were pictures of the lunch, like the slop that they fed the women, and the 4-course personal chef cooked meal for the men.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, man. And listen, I know that it can be overboard with some of the equality fights out here, but I think they could do better than that, man. They actually they stepped it up a little bit. They made it, they actually got some Pilates mats and the exercise balls that they threw in there to take the picture over. But I mean, it's still, and I don't even know how in this climate in the world today that you don't even see it. You just go, yeah, throw that rack of weights in there for the girls. Throw those little dumbbells in there for the girls. They won't be using that.
Yeah. What did they want? Do we know? Like, I'm sure they didn't want,
I think
they power bench.
Right. But I think, I don't even think it's a specific equipment type thing. It's just the image of where the respect goes. I think that's more of what it is. Right. Because, basically you said, go out there, play your little game. Nobody cares. We'll make it look like we care, but we don't.
Yeah. I mean, is it a financial thing? Because
it can't be. NCAA, if the men, listen, of course they have a budget and they have to do, make decisions. But
that's what I'm saying is the men's budget is probably much higher because they generate $1 billion in revenue from this tournament, and the women are probably in the red.
I wouldn't say that. There's a lot of people that go, nah. I mean, they play in stadiums, man. The women play in MSG too.
No, I know, but do they generate?
They don't sell out. No, yeah, I'm sure they do. If they did
TV revenue,
absolutely. The game's on.
ESPN. You're watching it right now. You're watching
not
it
anymore.
Right
I flipped off. I'd rather watch the paint dry.
Shit.
But I'm watching Loyola Chicago, and bruh, look, I'm telling you, I told you, 12-6.
Listen, it's 12-6. All right, don't get carried away.
I'm telling you, and I told everybody, man. So it's documented how I feel.
Wait till Cockburn gets mad.
No, they got a big white boy. They got a big white boy on Loyola, man.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
right.
He's not so big. All right, I'm seeing him standing up next to your boy now.
But he's a big boy, isn't he?
Yeah. But dude's playing him, man. I'm telling you, this Loyola Chicago team, they ain't no slouch, bro. I'm telling you this. Look, off. This is another thing about college basketball, too, man. There's a lot of missed shots. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there are.
I actually was going to take Loyola with the points and the over 130.
Will you stop with Loyola? They're going to get killed. They're going to lose. But
no, they're not, bro. They're not. I'm telling you.
Just stop.
I'm trying to actually get in and get more money. Logging in as we speak to try to get this money up. Here, go ahead and play that message.
Nothing worse than a big guy with cockburn.
It's Cokeburn. All right, that's the way they say it on TV. So who do you got? Who you got in the Final Four?
Gonzaga.
Baylor.
Yes, Baylor. I had Texas. And there's a number two seed from the other bracket.
Alabama? Houston?
Houston, yep.
I got Houston as well. But from the Michigan bracket, I've got Colorado coming out.
No.
I got Colorado coming out. They just beat the hell out of Georgetown, who they got lucky to be in that tournament.
I used to like who did you just say?
Colorado.
Yes. I used to like Colorado. There's a NBA should be Hall of Famer that played there.
An NBA should be Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm. He's now an analyst. A pretty good one.
I don't know. You got me. Who is it?
Chauncey Billups.
Oh, okay. All right. That's pretty random.
Yeah.
A piece of trivia.
I just remember because he was a good player, man.
When I was...
Go ahead.
Who? Billups?
Yeah.
Nah. The only reason I like Colorado, when I was living in Tucson, I went to a lot of the Arizona games. And I saw Colorado play Arizona, and Tad Boyle was going nuts on the sideline. He was smacking around. He got 2 T's and got ejected from the game. He was smacking the table, the scorer's table. Great, I loved it. So ever since then, I've been following Colorado, and they've got a pretty good team this year. So I had them winning, going all the way to the Final Four, and I got Ohio in the Sweet 16. Woo!
Bruh, they're done probably today.
They play tomorrow.
Whenever. Yeah, and why is that? Why?
What?
Why did they start on Friday?
They did. It's because of this whole crazy thing where they're all in Indianapolis, right? And they're trying to get the tournament done. So they had to do this first four matchups. So they had to do that on Thursday. So they did that on Thursday, and then they started the tournament on Friday. I say just get rid of those first 4 matchups. It's so stupid. It should be 64 teams, not 68. And now look at UCLA now. They're a powerhouse.
Right. Well, but you know why? You know why this is done, especially right now.
I thought it was to make sure that Duke gets in, but somehow they kept Duke out of the tournament this year.
No, it's because those games generate revenue, the TV money, man.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Who's the home team in Illinois? Loyola. Do you know?
What do you mean the home team?
Who's the home team?
Well, the higher seed, I guess,
like
is considered the home team, but
you think?
What's the difference? I mean, they're playing at a neutral site.
Well, because FanDuel doesn't distinguish by the goddamn.
Yeah, it's the 1 seeds are on top, and usually the home team is on bottom. But I don't know. I don't think they distinguish a home team in these games because it's neutral site. But if I were to guess,
well, somebody's considered the home team.
It would have to be the higher seed. Would be my guess.
I don't know. I whatever. It doesn't matter at this point. I'm good.
Yeah,
this is easy money. Cake.
Let me hit this.
Hearing y'all talking about Loyola sound like I'm listening to an episode of Brewster's Millions.
Great movie. And
it was a great movie.
That is Ed Blast, his Alabama team, advancing.
It's not his Alabama team, man. Will you stop this? He doesn't know. He couldn't tell you 2 players on the team.
I don't care. It doesn't mean he doesn't root for him.
But he doesn't root for him. He just says that. He doesn't support.
I think he does. He was calling in with some Roll Tides during football season. I think he gets upset when they lose, and he's happy when they win. So he's a fan.
He just remembers it's football season, and he goes, "Oh yeah, Roll Tide." That's it.
That's terrible.
I can't let him take credit for. That's it.
That's terrible.
And I can't let him take credit for a team that he doesn't really support. I mean, it's fraudulent.
Well, I know he spends a lot of time in Alabama, and when I think about Alabama, I always think of M. Blast as their number 1 fan.
Here he comes again.
I associate him with Alabama.
Oh, you know what?
I love the change of tone and see Kells' voice when I chime in.
Yeah,
hello, everyone out there in Radio Land.
You can see us on YouTube too. You see my face. You can see my facial expression change.
That's right. Yeah. Apparently we're on YouTube. I don't know if it's real, if it's really happening.
Oh, it's happening.
Are you sure?
Oh, it's happening.
You can see us on YouTube right now.
Yeah. Did you put the key in?
I did, yeah. But do you know if anybody's looking at it or anything?
No, our production management will let us know after the show when we get the show analytics.
Damn, we're big time.
Oh, here's M Blast again. Then I'm cutting him off. I might block him.
Much respect, Kaz, and thank you. See Kato though, man.
Yeah,
he's
a hater.
I am a hater, an admitted hater. I don't know why this is such a problem. I'm a hater, man. No shame at all.
That's right.
Well, on to other things. Free agency in the NFL is popping.
Yeah,
it's popping off.
Yeah, I said, and I hate the Giants, but that Galladay pick was fantastic.
I can't go to those lengths to say it's fantastic. I
think it was.
Okay, so here's my point. You haven't used Galloway and fantastic in the same sentence until now.
Yeah. No, I don't think he's one. He's a threat, and he's somebody that they needed.
It's just how bad the Giants were. I mean, like, now they have a credible receiver. So right. I'm not knocking Galladay, not by any means, but let's not get carried away here.
Yeah, the issue with that signing is they paid him $18 million, and their offensive line, is in shambles. So I don't know if
the other thing about
any protection.
So listen, right, and this is where we get confused as civilians and not in that world of athletes. Now, just to put this in perspective, right? Let's say you're at your job. You're there 6 days a week, right? And you're working, and then they say, "Hey, man, we recognize your work ethic and how much you put in. We're going to give you 18 mil." Are you going to still work as hard as you did before you got the 18 mil?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, right.
Sure ain't. You're going to be like 18 mil? All right. And then all of a sudden the numbers start to dwindle.
It's a lot of money. And Juju, think about it. Juju signed back with the Steelers again for
yeah, he robbed him.
$8 million. Galladay just got $10 million more than Juju.
Good. He should. I'm not a big fan of Juju. He was talking a lot of shit when AB was over there, and I'm not a fan of Antonio Brown neither. But Juju was talking like he was the big dog, and Antonio Brown put him in his place, and he checked him and told him, "Look here, young boy, till you do the shit I do, don't put my name in your mouth."
Yeah.
And then when Antonio Brown left, Juju Smith-Schuster's numbers went on the big decline.
Yeah. But I mean, the Giants could end up, paying for this. If Galladay's no good, they signed him for 4 years, freaking $72 million.
Well, how about this? This deserves a little talk here. I would say within the last 10 years, right? We'll say 10 years. I'm not sure exactly when, but for the first half of that 10 years, the Giants were looked at as a Class A organization. No nonsense. We do the right thing over here, and we're a glorious franchise.
Yep.
And somewhere in the middle, they made some of the worst decisions. Like the fans are critical of the Jets. The Giants ain't been much better.
Yeah. No, I know, man. Listen, I hate on the Giants so much. I'm trying to find the positive.
Nah.
Because people call me a hater, and I don't want.
What's the problem with being a hater?
You're starting to swing me a little bit. Maybe I'll come around to that.
I don't understand, man. Live your truth.
Oh, and speaking of NFL, man, the biggest story is how do you keep a man from demanding a trade? Right?
You go find 20 broads that said that he fondled them.
Yeah. But the funny thing of this whole story is the attorney for these women is the team owner's neighbor. He's his neighbor.
Right. So they had a little cookout, and the owner said, "Man, this guy won't play." And the lawyer said, "Oh, we can make him play."
Yeah. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And listen, man, and you can't pass judgment. We don't know Deshaun Watson, never even been within, a foot of the guy. But these accusations don't match his character, in my opinion. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy, man. I think he's too connected to football to be like this, womanizing, bad guy that they're trying to paint him out to be. But this is how smear campaigns run. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. Just get it out there and make people wonder. And now, if anybody else, if a team decides to say, all right, we'll give you the 2 first rounders. Well, now they have to explain why they would give this guy a job and this much money with these accusations pending against them. So it slows everything down.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Houston's a mess.
Oh, Houston is a mess. They're a big mess.
They signed Tyrod Taylor.
Because he's desperate, bro. Because he's desperate. This is a guy that's lost his starting position twice in the first game of the season.
Yeah, but that makes me think that Houston is willing to trade Watson.
Mm-mm. I don't think they are. I really don't. I think that they don't want to, but they see that they have to. He said, "I'm not playing here anymore." Something happened between him and somebody in the office. There's something that happened that nobody knows about.
I know what it is. It's when they hired their head coach. They asked Watson who he wanted, and it was I don't even know who he wanted, but he didn't want them to hire David Culley, and they went out and they hired him, and Watson was pissed off about that, and he wants to be able to hire the coach.
I don't know about that, man. I don't think that merits what's happened here. Like, I think there's something on a personal level that happened, where he said, "Nah, I'm not." And again, so here's a guy that has 20 women accusing him of, assault. But he won't speak on why he don't want to play there. He still hasn't said that. He hasn't come out and publicly said, "Well, they wronged me in this way, so I don't want to play there." He's actually kept some class about it. and they go out and find, the hoes, man.
I think it's, I do believe that's what happened. But I think it's that they just seem to be going away from the passing game. Hopkins and Will Fuller, they let them go. And this guy they hired as the head coach, he's never been an offensive coordinator. He was the wide receivers coach for the Ravens. So,
well, maybe that's a part of all of it, because if you think,
I think that's it.
Well, listen, if you're Deshaun Watson, right, you have arguably the best receiver in the game, and they let him go. Your second weapon, they let him go. You're not building anything. You didn't bring anything in. Your O-line is a mess. And they seem dedicated to not protecting him. So maybe he said, "You know what? I'm done, man. They're not going to do it, so I want to go." And
they cut J.J. Watt.
Right. This is what I mean. Like, the whole team, anything that was something there, they let him go. Jadeveon Clowney was a Texan at one point.
Yeah, he's the only one left. He's the only superstar left on that team.
Right, and I don't know which leads into another fiasco in the New York Jets. So all the talk is, are they keeping Sam or are they drafting a quarterback? I don't know how I feel about it, man. I mean, I don't think Sam's had a fair chance, but at the same time, this is the NFL, man. You either got it or you don't.
And new head coaches usually like to bring in their own quarterback, but this kid's only, what is he, 24 years old?
Yeah,
I mean, it's early to give up on him.
But the other thing is, and again, man, when Saleh came to New York, there was a reporter from San Francisco that knew Saleh very well, and he said, you couldn't pick a better quarterback than Sam Darnold to run the offense that he wants to run.
Oh, well, there you go.
He said he fits like a glove.
There you go.
Yeah, but see, they're setting themselves up because you have to really make a decision here, Joe Douglas. Either you're going to commit to Sam Darnold and take your chance and hope he works out, or you have to get rid of him right now and draft a quarterback and start it all over. Because if not, you're going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. If you draft a quarterback and make it a competition, that's not going to work out well. It's not.
Yeah. Well, they went out. The Jets' big splash in free agency was Corey Davis.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I mean, at least they have a receiver that you've heard of.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty good move. Corey Davis is underachieved, in my opinion, in the NFL. I think he can be a really good receiver.
He fits the profile of a number one receiver. He's the guy. He could be the number one there.
He could, but when he had the chance in Houston, he didn't grab it. So that causes concern. Deshaun Watson left and he didn't really, step it up.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were awful too. So
yeah, he's not as good as his, AJ Brown. But he's a good player. He's a good solid wide receiver. Someone for Darnold to look at. A big target. He'll be
no. He's good. Like, I mean, who else? Who do they have? Jamison Crowder.
Yeah. Why they let Robbie Anderson go?
Well, because this is how bad they are. Okay, so they see a kid that has some talent, and they're unfamiliar with it. They're like, why does he keep catching the ball? They don't get it. So they're like, this guy, something wrong with him. He's got to go.
You know who's good though? You know who's good? Mims. I like that guy. Mims is a good player.
Mims is
He's
good.
A good receiver.
Yeah. The Jets made some pretty decent moves, man. I'm not going to lie. With a team like the Jets, when you don't hear all these big splash free agency signings, that's a good thing.
You know what they should do? Use that draft pick, that number 2 draft pick, and take Devontae Smith. That kid is a phenomenal receiver. He
didn't even know who you're talking about. But they have 2 receivers over there. Smith is the 5 touchdown scorer, right?
Smith is the guy.
Yeah, but he wasn't the number 1 there.
Oh yeah, he had almost 2,000 yards.
No, there's another receiver. There's another receiver on Alabama.
Yeah, I mean there's a few of them, but Devontae Smith is the guy. He's 25 touchdowns or something. 23 touchdowns this year.
Well,
1,850 yards, 117 catches.
The Jets,
and he's unguardable. Like you can't guard the guy. He's going to be a very good player in this league for a very long time.
They can guard you in the NFL. They'll figure out a way. But listen,
good,
no, I'm not saying he's not, and I'm not saying you can't have impact. But it's not college. It's not the same. You got guys out there that they could be. They could take your place. You know the difference between a NFL wide receiver and an NFL cornerback? The cornerback can't catch.
Yeah.
But they're the same. Yeah. They're the same player.
Yeah.
Hold on, we got a message here.
Any thoughts on Atlanta today, boys?
I knew there was a NASCAR question coming in here. I haven't even looked at NASCAR this week because I've been busy worrying about March Madness. So see, Kells, I would like to hear your take on Atlanta today.
Well, I'm just now finding out what Atlanta is today. But I'll tell
today.
Well, I'm just now finding out what Atlanta is today. But I'll tell you. I'll tell you who my winner is here.
Atlanta Motor Speedway is what we're talking about.
Yeah, no. Okay, so I've got Harvick and Truex Jr. in my lineup.
Yeah.
As well as Kyle Busch. And then I got two. Well, I'm sorry. I took the brother because that's
you pick him every week.
Yes, he'll win. And another dude I've never heard of. So we'll see how it works out. I don't even really understand. I mean, I pick my cars and I get points, and I'm nowhere near the front of the winners.
Well, let me tell you,
nowhere near the front of the winners.
Well, let me tell you, I've been playing FanDuel, as you know, NASCAR FanDuel, and I've used Dr. James Richards' picks twice, and both times I have won money. So I would like to hear what Dr. James Richards has to say about who's going to win today.
Right, Dr. James Richards, what are your thoughts on Atlanta?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Contribute something, will you?
Well, I can still change my lineup, man.
Yeah, it starts at 3:30, right? I think.
I don't know.
I hope so.
It's March Madness, bro. I have no idea when the fucking NASCAR comes on.
Yeah. What's the score of Illinois? Are they beating it by 10 yet?
Yes. 28-16, Loyola.
No way.
Yeah, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. 17. They just hit a foul shot. I told you, man. Wow. I told you, bro. Loyola's gonna win outright. I should have went money line.
What a crazy year, man.
Another free throw missed. Loyola comes on with the ball.
And you know what's happening tomorrow, right? Michigan's losing tomorrow to LSU because Michigan is without their senior forward. And, heading into this tournament, they had lost 3 of their last 5 games. Michigan's not the same team they were in the beginning of the year.
But Michigan basketball is cursed and been cursed for a very long time, man.
Since the Fab Five.
I don't know if that's where the curse started, but they were definitely a part of it. Chris Webber calling timeout.
Yep.
They have all the banners removed from the Fab Five. That's crazy, man. That whole Fab Five story is bad. Like, did you ever watch the documentary?
No, I never did. I
Wow.
never did, but I followed that team really well, and
yeah, of course, we all loved them. The Fab, we were the Fab Five.
That's right. That's the name of the best team in the history of New Jersey basketball.
And listen, so Jalen Rose was telling a story. First of all, they impacted the culture of America, right? Because they started the long shorts. Because before that, you used to have cheek huggers when you played basketball. for some odd reason, they like the slim tight fit.
Oh God!
They started the black socks. They
Yep.
started the bald heads.
Yep.
Right. So
Yep.
Jalen Rose was telling a story where they're walking through the mall and they go into the Foot Locker, and their jerseys are all on the rack, and they're broke. They're walking around like, you know, they couldn't even stop at Orange Julius to get something to drink. But their merchandise is all over the place, man.
Yeah.
I think. What do you think of that? You think the college players should get some form of restitution? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's hard to say to write them a check, but at the same time, it's business, man. And if you can sit there and profit off it, you know, like if you give me a scholarship, does that really mean you have all the rights to my likeness and my name and everything?
Yeah. No, it's a question. There's a lot of things to take into account, though. It's not easy. It's
not. It is. It's very complicated. But there's got to be a better way.
If you start paying these players, how do you think the women get a locker room at all now? Because there's no money because this money pays for other sports.
Yeah, that's right.
There are other sports that would not exist in college if not for the revenue that basketball and football brings in.
Well,
so
true.
If you start paying these players, that all goes away.
NCAA commissioner, he probably makes a nice check. He probably makes a lot of money, and everybody around him makes pretty good money.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I don't think if he works for free, it wouldn't really change much. But I think the funds should be distributed a little bit more or a little bit less to them, and figure something out because you can't. They're profiting off of the kids.
Yeah.
But and again, so that even brings up that makes that women's weight room even more despicable.
Yeah. I don't know what they do with the money. Yeah. I don't know what they do with the money, man, but the colleges are making tons of money off these kids.
Right.
If I don't know if you saw this, but you know the Michigan player who got hurt, their senior forward, Isaiah Livers or whatever his name is.
Okay.
He showed up to the game wearing a shirt that says "Not NCAA property" because of this issue. Like he's not. They're making money off of him, and he's not allowed to even sell an autograph.
No. Right. He's not even allowed to work.
Right.
You can't if you're full scholarship student athlete, you can't do anything. You're putting the bearing of any financial needs squarely on the family, and sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the family can't do that, man. Like they're over there struggling, and you're asking them, to feed and take care of things that they can't do for themselves. And once it's all over and they get the education, well, now they have opportunity. That's great. But going through it, you're making and the school you're going to is making stupid money.
Yeah, there's a middle ground here where you can cut these kids a stipend for a few $100 so they're not completely broke,
right?
And still not upset the whole financial balancing act that they do.
I agree. Like I'm not saying that the student athletes should be like millionaires and sign $250 million endorsement deals, but at the same time they got to get something. I mean, like
what's the problem? What's the issue with allowing them to sell an autograph to go to a a store and sign jerseys.
Well, because then
in the off season.
Yeah, because if you're doing it, they're not getting the money. That's the problem. And that's the whole thing. Like, they would never say that, but that's the issue. They're looking at it saying, wait, hold on, you're taking our money?
I'd like to hear the argument against it, though. Like, they have to have some sort of argument.
Yeah, it's all horse shit, man. It is. It's all baloney, man. It's
lawyers talking.
Yeah, it's all dumb shit that, it sounds all confusing, but it's just distracting you from the real issue is, we need this money.
Well, let me ask you this then: if you're playing a sport that isn't profitable, should you get paid?
No.
So then only the schools are going to pay their kids.
Well, listen, see, and this is where I think common sense has to kick in. So if you're a D1 fencer, right, and every fencing match you have draws 6 people to the gym to watch you, poke the other opponent. I mean, there's no revenue there. So why would you feel obligation to have to? They're not the ones saying, "Hey, we need the money," because it's. You have to look football back. Where do you think and I've never heard this question asked before. Where do you think the NCAA ranks among sports organizations like the NFL, the NHL, PGA?
In terms of what? How much money revenue?
Correct.
Oh. You mean the whole NCAA? It's huge.
This is what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying.
They have free pay their players.
This is what I'm saying.
Unbelievable.
So this is what I'm saying.
But the coaches, and that's why the coaches make so much money.
Right.
They have to pay the players.
Right. But see, that's backwards too. Because like some of these coaches' salaries are unbelievable, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
For an amateur organization, you know what I'm saying? That supposedly doesn't make the money, but they're right up there. I mean, if you had to, if you saw the list of, and I don't even know if there is one, but the values of all of these different organizations, right? NCAA would be up there.
Oh yeah, it's up there, man. They have tons of money.
Of course.
It's free labor. How about that?
There you go. And that's why, some of these kids ain't stupid either, man. They see it very clear. And they'll say that it's like slavery.
It's been going on for a long time, but the players come to 4 years, so they forget about it and they get rich in the NBA and NFL, and it just goes away. They stop talking about it.
Well, no. What happens is, again, man, it's a mental conditioning that people aren't trained to look at it a certain way. But if you really broke it down to, I mean, just think about it. The NCAA has more, I guess, franchises than any other entity. The NFL has 32 teams, 32 teams. The NBA has 30 teams. The NCAA has 1,000 teams. Yeah. So where they don't have salary.
Yeah.
So don't tell me you can't figure something out. The problem is that this system's been in place so long that when they find the places that they can cut the budget. It's the people who can make these decisions and say, nah, that ain't going to work. That's not going to work.
The people making the decisions are making a lot of money off the current system.
Of course. And then they say, well, if we took a little bit from here, whoa, no.
Yeah, that's mine.
Right.
My bike.
Right. And that's when the whole discussion changes. And now you start coming up with reasons why you can't and unfairness. It's usually moral things that make it unfeasible, right? because because if you turned it to financial, there's no reason why you can't.
Yeah, it's a question, man. It's been going back and forth for a long time. I like that this Michigan kid is talking about it, or at least putting it on his T-shirt. I'm sure he won't be allowed to wear that tomorrow.
Right.
But I don't know the answer. I say cut him a stipend for a few $100 a month.
Yeah, something.
See what happens.
Yeah, I mean, like really, you they have the video game where they use the player's likeness and features, right?
Right.
So how can the NCAA justify, that no, this is our product.
Yeah.
The money comes to us.
And that's exactly what his shirt said. It said hashtag not NCAA property. It was pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Good for him.
All right, man.
All right.
Listen, the hour flew by. I want to get ready to go watch some of these games. I got to watch the second half Illinois comeback because I still think Illinois is going to win.
Not happening, bro. It ain't happening. You heard it here first. Open the show with money for y'all, man. I hope you took advantage. Show with money for y'all, man. I hope you took advantage.
All right. Well, good luck.
All right. Next week, man.
Talk to you next week.
See you.
See you.
You got it. Later.